everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Jazz Zodiac podcast, the greatest wrestling podcast you've never heard of. This is the podcast that is wondering, why are we wasting a shitty title run on Liv Morgan when she has carry the 1 divided by 3 times 0 title defenses, and her match at SummerSlam will be her first and probably last title defense in that run.
Hey, I protest. You didn't show your work. You gotta show your work next time.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. Before we jump into, because we're going to do our picks, and then later on tonight, we'll do our review of on July 18th, 2026, the Saturday Night Main Event, which I feel like they're doing too many times. We've talked about that already. It is what it is.
Yeah, we have.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Rhea Ripley has a torn meniscus. Is that what you said it was?
Torn meniscus. And I know how that feels. I had surgery for that last year. I actually had multiple tears. So
Ew.
I feel for her. I really do.
That being said, she is going to be out for a while. So the powers that be at WWE, instead of having her come on the show and relinquish her title like most people would have, they're like, we're going to go ahead and do a tournament and have a ladder match and make them the interim. Fuck off. What the fuck is that? Seriously.
I mean, I'm okay with what they're doing, the process of getting a new champion, but interim, why waste our time?
No,
she is going to be out for a while. I can almost guarantee it.
I mean, maybe they could have it to where they feud for the belt once she comes back. And of course, Rhea will probably win, which is so fucking predictable. Like a title she never lost, which I'm so tired of hearing of people say that, well, I never lost that title. You kind of did because you fucking left or you got hurt. I understand getting hurt, you have no control over most of the time. But at the same time, too, it's like, fuck, why not just crown a new... And people are bitching Tiffany Stratton won her match. And she's the U.S. champion. But yet they were okay when Liv Morgan was in the Queen of the Ring tournament. So,
not very consistent. But
same energy across the board, ladies and gentlemen. Same energy across the board.
It really is. And plus, this would be the second time that Rhea Ripley, if she just dropped the title, it'd be the second time she would have actually done it, which right there writes itself a nice storyline down the road. You know what I'm saying? Because she already dropped it once before after being a champion from WrestleMania to WrestleMania. So
that's right, because Liv Morgan attacked her. That's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot about that.
She dropped it so she could go and get married. Congratulations to her, by the way. I know it's been a while, but still.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah. To Buddy Murphy, of all people, too. The guy that was hooking up with Alexa Bliss back in the NXT days.
Lucky bastard all across the board.
That's okay. My heart still belongs to Becky, 100%. And I don't care. I'll die on that fucking hill. I don't care. But we're not here to talk about future SummerSlam. We're here to talk about the old 80s retro style show, Saturday Night Main Event. I know I got to watch the first one. I don't remember. You probably did. I don't remember, honestly. I do remember watching it back in the day on NBC. It'll be on Peacock. They are not supporting the channel. This is just a free plug in case you forgot where to watch it. So,
well, at least I don't have to watch it on my laptop. So that's great.
That's a fair point. You don't have to use the VPN, which is beautiful. That's a whole nother argument, by the way. But here's the thing. Oh, no. That's always going to be an NBC thing, unless they change it. We only have 4 matches and then 1 presentation, I guess. So we'll start with the presentation, which, whatever. New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson, scrub, is going to join Roman Reigns. We don't know what this is. They're in Madison Square Garden. Of course, they're going to stroke the ego of the fucking Knicks fans because, let's be real, the Knicks didn't beat the Spurs. The Spurs beat the Spurs. Spurs could have easily swept that series, but they didn't. They choked on a big fat dick. Yeah, I'm not bitter about that series because I'm a Spurs fan. But,
well, I'm not gonna comment on that, but I will say I don't give 2 shits about this segment whatsoever. I will probably take this time to go to the bathroom, grab a bite to eat. I might even work on editing my Odyssey review because I'd rather be doing that than anything that pertains to Roman Reigns.
Then that's a fair point. That's fair because, you want the cheap pop right here. Oh, hold on. Where is it at? Hang on. Hold on. Where is it? Right here in Madison Square Garden.
I'm such a bitch. I know.
Cheap pop.
Gotta love them.
Yeah, I gotta love the cheap pops. We're going to start. These are in no particular order. This is the order they are on the website, which I have right in front of me. We're going to start with Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria after they're falling out. Now, here's my thing about this. This darker Lyra is the darker Bailey we should have gotten a year ago when Bailey was hearing voices and doing those promos and vignettes about this is what the Bailey storyline should have been a year ago. So,
The fact that they just kind of 86'd it so quickly.
well, and I've always been on people can disagree with me if they want, but Lyra, she's a lovable character, but she just wasn't engaging to the fans. Fans were just not getting behind her. Watching Unreal, I think it was season 2 of Unreal, where we see that she's not very confident. That kind of killed a lot of that for her, and I get it. I've been in the ring. I totally get it. It's nerve-wracking performing in front of people, and you don't want to fuck up, and I totally get that. But there are fans that just don't fucking care. They are just going to boo. Boo birds will come out and boo the fuck out of you, and that can take an emotional toll on you. So this direction she's going in, I'm okay with it. I want to see a darker character. I want to see darker characters because we got rid of the White Six. Apparently, somebody at TKO high up doesn't like dark character scenarios, which is why they were let go. That's what I've been reading. So that being, and Bailey has got like 3 months left on her current contract before she either goes away. There's been speculation she'll go to AEW and have a match with Mercedes Moné. She might resign. We don't know.
Yeah.
Bailey has always been the fourth horsewoman. She's always been the one at the bottom. And to her credit, she is really awesome. She is a really great competitor, wrestler, athlete, whatever you want to call her. They're all good in their own way. But Bailey seems to be the one that gets the most shit. So
Yeah. Maybe because she was the happier, huggy persona
you know
for so
what?
long until she finally did that dark turn a few years ago.
Yeah, she did
Maybe
that
that's what it
Karen
was.
haircut and killed the inflatable huggy buddies, and then just went this dark corner, and people were like, "What the fuck?" They didn't like it, and then now they're embracing it. It took a minute. It is what it is. Bailey turning heel was, to me, it was like John Cena turning heel. Just nobody thought it would ever happen because she was always such a lovable character.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Bailey versus Lyra, who is going over in this match?
I want to go with Lyra. And this is the only match on the card I'm actually looking forward to
Yeah.
personally because of the whole fallout and the storyline that's going on here.
Yep.
I do like the look that Valkyria is going for right now, where she's got the dark eyes, her hair looks all messed up, the outfit she's wearing, which is funny because everything from here to about here, the torso, it looks all creepy and crazy, dark and whatnot, but yet she's got some of the sexiest legs in the company as far as I'm concerned. So it's like crazy, sexy, crazy, sexy. So she's got the crazy, sexy look going on right now.
Yeah,
I'm digging it. But
you don't know the rule. You don't put your dick in crazy, bro. You don't put your dick in crazy. So I don't know. To me, Lyra looks like she hasn't had a good night's sleep in like a week. So I don't know. I don't know if that's
what I'm liking
makeup or
about
her
it.
devotion to the craft.
I'm going to say devotion, and I'm digging it. But I mean, I really think that she might be the one that wins in this scenario. But quite frankly, I'll be happy either way. I really want to see these two mix it up, and I am predicting this will be definite match of the night. Mostly because I don't really care about the other matches, but maybe they surprise me. Who knows?
Fair. That's a fair point. And I agree. I think Lyra is going to be on top. Not in that way, but just Lyra will be victorious.
Giggity.
But at the end of the day, though, like, do you really, and I hate this term, but I'm going to use it anyway. Are you going to further bury Bailey at this point? Because of everything going on, she's just going further and further down the rabbit hole. But at the end of the day, Bailey's not afraid to put over younger talent. So, she's probably like, look, I'll do this. And this is probably some sort of prerequisite before she signs the contract. We don't know. We're not in the freaking room. We don't know. But we agree Lyra Valkyria will be victorious in this match. Awesome. No disqualification match up next. We have JD McDonough versus Danhausen. And guess what, Psycho Nerd? You are cursed. Do we really have to talk about this match? Seriously.
You know what, dude? What can I say? The fact that it's a no disqualification match means maybe, just
Judgment
maybe,
Day. Judgment Day.
Yes, we know Judgment Day is going to interfere. There's been a lot of interactivity going on the past few weeks from what I've seen. But if there's at least a little bit of, hardcore style match going on throughout the match, that could be fun for what it is. But quite
Yeah.
frankly, I see no matter what interference there is from Judgment Day, I feel like Danhausen might pull this off, especially if he ends up cursing anybody along the way. That right there will be the sinking point for the whole match. So this could be a
True.
fun for what it is. And I've enjoyed pretty much everything that Danhausen has
Yeah,
done
agreed.
since he walked in the freaking door. Like,
Yep.
you guys got the lightning in the bottle with this guy. Run it for as long as you can because people
Yep.
are eating this guy up.
100% right. That's 100% accurate. And for me, there's one thing you forgot to mention is that Danhausen has 2 minions now. He's got the Miz and fuck, what is his name? The toxic guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget
Yeah.
his fucking name.
Yeah.
But
Well, because he changed from the original persona
Yeah.
that he was in before the tag team. Now he's doing this. So it's kind of hard to remember the name.
I forget his name, and it'll come to
I
me
do too.
later, or I may just put it down here like his name is such and such because I do edit the show. So, but no, I really do think this is going to be another one of those things where Danhausen will just not really mop the floor with JD McDonough, but he will come out victorious, and there's going to be shenanigans. There's always, whenever Danhausen's out there, there's always shenanigans.
We love shenanigans.
I swear
Hey,
to God,
Farva.
if anybody says shenanigans one more time, I'll pistol whip him.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like so much with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
You mean shenanigans?
You mean shenanigans, right? Put those away.
Put those away.
Super
Yeah,
Trooper
see-
Street comes out in August. Go check it out, everybody.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely review that on the other podcast. And this is why we have a movie podcast, because we're just fucking movie buffs. We love movies. Moving on, we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. We have Lainey Reed and Fallon Henley versus Paige and Brie Bella. I'm still happy that it was Paige who won that tag title and not Nikki. I'm sorry. People are going to hate me for that, but you know what? I have never liked Nikki Bella. She needs to learn not to talk because a lot of bullshit comes out of her mouth. Like we trailblazed the women's division. No, you didn't. Trish and fucking Lita
No.
did.
You were
just
riding the
happened to be
coattails,
there.
okay?
Yeah.
There were other women that were in the forefront. You were riding their coattails. Let's be fair here.
Yep.
You had nothing to do with any of that crap, okay? Now, if it was Beth Phoenix saying that, I'll accept that.
Yeah,
I'll
if it's
take
Beth
it because I
Phoenix
love
saying
Beth
it,
Phoenix.
Lita said it. Trish said it. Trish said it as a heel, and I'm like, she's not wrong. And that's the thing about a great heel is when Cena turned heel, it was spitting facts. I'm like, he's not wrong. And that's a great villain when you're sitting there thinking, fuck, Thanos from the Avengers, another example. It was a fucked up idea, but you're like,
Is he completely wrong about
he's
what
not
he's
completely
talking
wrong.
about?
He's not right, but he's not wrong. But
It's a fine line.
it makes you think exactly. So that being said, and again, when Paige and Brie first won these titles at was it WrestleMania?
Yeah, they won him at WrestleMania.
God, was it that long ago? Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They won the titles. I'm thinking, great. They're going to be Liv Morgan and not defend the fucking things. And they've been fighting champions. I've been actually impressed. And they've gone to both SmackDown and Raw. And I'm like, fucking A. All right. I'm on board.
That's how it should be, as far as
That's
I'm
how
concerned.
it should be. Liv Morgan, if you're taking, it's not even Liv Morgan's fault. Booking. Take notes. It's a waste of a title run. It really is. Put a little asterisk next to it. So that being said, who's winning this match? Lainey and Fallon or Paige and Brie?
Honestly, I mean, the fact that they, like you said, the fact that they have been defending their titles, I give them the benefit on that.
Mhm.
But I mean, I really don't care one way or the other who wins, but I feel like maybe Fatal Influence will actually win this match only because they've held it for so long already. But
Yeah.
then again, I mean, I'm going to say they're probably going to win, even though I don't think they will win. But
Yeah.
mostly just kind of my opinion stems from just lack of interest at this point.
Oh,
with this.
that's fair. That's a fair assessment. But
So-
at the end of the day, though, Brie and Paige have made the women's tag division interesting because they're
Good for
actually
them.
and I'm all for it. That's my thing, and I guess I'm old school because when you're champion, I think you should wrestle more. You're defending your title. You're not being Roman Reigns where like I'll show up when the check is big enough Acknowledge me. Fuck you. Suck a dick.
Yeah, pretty
Defend it
much.
every week, as you should.
Well, I
People
mean,
in the past have done it. Y'all should do it too.
whether you're defending it on a regular basis or just wrestling on a regular that is building up to the actual title match at a
Yep.
PLE or Saturday Night's Main Event, whatever the case. But this whole thing about, oh, I win the title, I don't wrestle for another month and a half bullshit. It's for the birds.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh,
what the
yeah.
hell? What you're making easy money at this point. What are you doing? So they should be
Yep,
wrestling on a regular. That's all I'm trying to say.
no, and I agree. That's 100% accurate right there. And again, I agree. I think Fatal Influence, is that what they're called?
Mhm.
I believe they're going to win. They're going to come out victorious. We're having the only title match on the card, but yet there'll be a new title exchange tonight. Speaking of that, we have our main event, and there's a new stipulation to this match, and I'll get to that in a second. We have Gunther and Sami Zayn versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and our undisputed WWE champion CM Punk. Stipulation
boy.
is as follows. If Gunther and Sammy are able to get the win, they are inserted into the title match at SummerSlam with Punk and Cody. So it becomes a fatal
Making it a
four-way.
fatal 4-way.
Yep.
Yeah. That only got implemented last night, right?
Yes, it just
I
got
hadn't
thrown
watched
in
any of the
last night.
highlights from last. Okay, I didn't watch any of the highlights from last night, so that makes sense.
So this makes this match have a little bit more impact. So,
Shit.
and obviously there'll be disqualification if something happens, but the way we have literally 4 former champions in this match.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough one to call because me personally, I would rather see Punk versus Cody. But here's my thing. And I talked about this last night with Dara on the Wrestling Rewind. Cody has become vanilla ice cream. He's bland. He's boring. I want heel Cody. I want it. I want him to reinvent himself as the best. He could come out as fucking Stardust and I would cheer for him. You know what I mean? I love the Stardust character. He hates it. I fucking love it. There are other people that do too. But my point being, Cody is boring. The Cody coma is over. And I don't want to go back into another Cody coma. And not only that, but Roman and Cody are going to be promoting Street Fighter here pretty soon. It comes out in like October. So just a matter of time before Roman drops that title to whoever. If it's Oba, if it's Seth at SummerSlam, we don't know. We'll know later on down the road. With that stipulation, what do you think? Is it going to be Cody and Punk, or is it going to be Gunther and Sammy that come out victorious on this match?
See, that's a tough call. My initial, before you mentioned that, my thought process was, okay, so you have 2 teams, both sets of teams don't like each other at all.
That's
okay.
true.
So for my money, this, and even with the stipulation, this is a countdown to which one of these teams is going to turn on each other first.
That's true.
It's a countdown. Now, personally, I think it's going to be probably Sammy and Gunther that kind of butt heads more than the other 2. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But now that you mentioned the stipulation, you know what? I'm going to say I want Gunther and Sammy to win because I want it to be a fatal 4-way. That will make the title match at SummerSlam that much more epic. And plus, I don't give a damn about CM Punk or Cody having the title right now. I want to see Gunther have that title. I think I want him to have it. I really do personally. And even with Sami Zayn, he kind of got screwed, even though I'm starting to think this was in the grand scheme of things from the get-go. They had this planned out. It was like, okay, we're going to Saudi Arabia. Sammy, we're going to throw you a bone, bro. We're going to throw you a bone. You're going to be champion, but it's only going to be for a week until this fucker comes back. Just so you know, like, you know what? And as Sammy said when he came out that first SmackDown after, no matter what happens, it's in the history books. He is now a world champion, and you cannot take that away from him.
Nope.
Period.
Can't take it away.
So give him all the credit in the world. At least he got it at some point. Whether or not he will have it again, that remains to be seen.
That's true.
But I am looking forward to those 2 winning just because I think it'll spice up the main event. If they want to make the main event that much more interesting, WWE, TKO, I'm talking to you. Make it an elimination style fatal 4-way. Do that. Make it more interesting. I think that it'd be just like WrestleMania 2000, but make it better than what we got back then.
That's fair. Now, before I give my thoughts on this, I want to point out that this is being recorded at 4:21. You really can't see it, but yeah, it's at 4:21, about 2.5 hours before the show. So we
Yeah.
are not cheaters here at the Just Zodiac podcast. We're recording this before. We'll record slightly after the show, and then we'll drop it on Sunday. Here's my thought process. As much as Gunther and Sammy don't like each other, I think deep down, CM Punk and Cody don't like each other just as much. But here's my thing. I think Cody is going to snap. And we're going to see. This is a prediction, not a spoiler. Paul Heyman, thank you. Cody's turning heel tonight. We are going to see heel Cody, either the seeds of it, or we've already kind of seen the seeds for a little bit, but we're going to see somewhat of a turn. He's going to turn on Punk. He's going to cost them the match in some way. I'd even be okay if Gunther or Sammy pins CM Punk, because that adds they pinned the champion. It adds more. Yep. It adds more
fuel to
vitality to that story. You know, it's like, oh fuck, they pinned the champion. Oh my god, he could lose. It's like when Sammy won the title in Saudi Arabia. Who did he pin? Cody. He didn't pin Gunther because Cody could have came out and said, "Oh, you didn't pin me. You pinned the other guy."
Yes, he did. He pinned
the champion, so he has no leg to stand on. I'm saying the same thing here. Cody is going to do something that's going to either inadvertently cost him the match, or an accidental bump of some sort, to where he hits Cody with, or hits Punk with something like an elbow or some shit, knocks him out. Gunther and Sammy take advantage. They pin the champion. They now are inserted into the Fatal 4-Way match at SummerSlam for said title, which will not be the main event, by the way. That'll be Seth and Roman. As much as I'm not a fan of either man, I accept the fact that these two men are main eventers, and I accept that for what it is. And it is what it is. That's going to be a great fucking match, by the way. A lot of history in that match. I'm looking forward to that.
There is plenty of it. It just would have made me feel happier if Seth had earned the title shot. Earned. But you know what? There's a history of people in the company that don't earn their title shots. Triple H in 2003. Thank you very much.
Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 9. We always go back to WrestleMania 9, don't we?
Call a spade a fucking spade, dude, for real. But you know what? Storytelling-wise, I love your theory, and I agree with it 100%. I think that is the way to do it, because that means Cody and Punk will be at each other's throats, blaming each other, leading up to SummerSlam, which will add more, like as I said, more fuel to the fire. I like that storytelling. I 100%. Hope that's where they go with it. That'll make that match more interesting in my book.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's going to make the story a lot more interesting, and it definitely adds more fuel to the fire. So those are our 4 matches tonight. Again, we have some introduction with some New York Nick dude with Roman. Fucking cares. I'll be taking a Roman. I'll just make sure to wipe my reins when I'm done. Bailey and Lyra. Danhausen versus JD McDonough. There's no disqualification match. The women's tag match, Paige and Bree versus Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence. Yeah.
Okay. I always forget.
I know. I had to write that one down before I got on here. I was like, I'm not going to remember that. But
in a Champions Buffet tag match, Punk, Rhodes, Gunther, Sammy. We've made our picks. This is obviously going to drop after the show is over. So we will not ask what your picks were, because you could be lying. We don't like liars on this show.
No, I don't even use cheat codes.
I use cheat codes when I'm playing GTA 5, but I don't save the game progress because I'm not trying to fuck up my my shit. I just go on a rampage for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I never use cheat codes the first time through it. I'm more of a purist that way.
Yeah.
Well, once I've beaten the game at least one time, all bets are off, because at that point, hey, I already did the work. Now I just want to have fun.
Yeah, I just want to enjoy myself. So yeah, totally. Yeah. Which I use my left hand, not my right hand, for that. For those that know, no.
Thank you for sharing that. I really wanted that mental image in my head. So yeah, thank you.
Anywho, we are going to break because the show starts in 2.5 hours. So I don't know about the nerd, but I have the little mini Red Baron pizzas I'm going to have for dinner. With
how funny! I'm having pizza BJ's here.
Nice.
So it's going to be a pizza night. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I got some chips and some pull and peel licorice. Went to the dollar store, went crazy. The soda, the canned sodas were three for $3. I'm like, say less. I got this.
Well, you know what? That's cool because I mean, I'll be full on pizza, but I also have root beer and I have cookies.
Oh,
Got cookies.
nice.
Yeah.
Those HEB
Yeah,
brand?
as a matter of fact, they are. Yeah. First time trying
Nice.
them out. They're okay.
For those that don't know, HEB is a grocery store in Texas. The grocery store in Texas.
Yeah. The
Just like
Walmart's
this
the
is the
devil.
John Zodiac podcast. So yeah, patent pending. Anyway, for you, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be a moment of minutes, seconds even. For us, it will be 5.5 or 4.5, 5 hours before we get to our review of the show. I'm hoping it's a better show than what the card is showing. With that being said, we will be back momentarily with our review of the show. We will see you in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
2,000 years later.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Saturday Night Main Event is over. Could have been, yeah, that says it all right there.
Oh,
Says it
sorry.
all.
Are we recording? Oh shit, we're recording.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
sorry.
recording. But you know what? That's fine. It is what it is. You know what? Let's just jump right into it. We have the women's tag match, Paige and Bree versus, what is it called again?
Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence. I know you took notes. Go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah, it took a few. I felt like we got some frequent tags from Fatal Influence pretty early on, keeping Paige
Yep.
away from her partner. That's smart wrestling as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I haven't learned their names yet, unfortunately, but one of the members of Fatal Influence was bleeding from her mouth at some point in the match, but I don't know what the hell happened or when it
was that
happened.
splash that she did.
Is
when
that
she
what it
went
was?
out.
Okay.
I think that's where it started. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I felt bad. That's not the first time we see somebody bleed tonight.
Oh, we
or
saw
a
some
female
crimson
bleed.
blood in this show quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, we sure as hell did. And aside from all that, we got some interference from the outside. Again, I don't know the name of the girl that was hanging around with Fatal Influence, but her interference ends up costing Bree and Paige the titles. And yeah, we have new tag team champions. We called this one, but I didn't expect interference like that.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know they had somebody. I haven't been watching. I didn't know that there was somebody running around with them. If I had remembered that little tidbit, that probably would have been like, okay, that might have been.
The entire group is called Fatal Influence. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
When they all came out together, I'm like, yeah, this is going to happen. Yeah. It wasn't a snooze fest per se,
it wasn't,
but it was a decent match. You know, somebody in the live that I actually hosted a TikTok live where we were watching the show, and somebody was like, what if Nikki comes out and turns on Paige and costs them the title? I'm like, nice idea, but she's still on the shelf. She's not quite healed yet, so she's not showing up anytime soon.
I was going to say, if she hasn't been around, then
no,
probably not. But
no. Then again, this was an okay match. Again, we put the tag titles on somebody else, taking nothing away from Paige and Bree. They were fighting champions. They defended the belt quite often. So I'm okay with them dropping it to somebody else and then let them do what they do. So again, it wasn't a snooze fest, but it
just wasn't a great match. It was okay for what it was. It was
okay.
mildly entertaining. So
in my opinion, this could have happened on SmackDown the night before. Or on Raw on Monday. One of the two.
It could have.
But yeah, whatever.
But I'm guessing they're trying to set something up with the tag titles for SummerSlam in 2 weeks. Who knows? But
possibly. That's what I'm thinking too.
Probably
that's what I'm thinking too, but we won't know.
Yeah.
Moving on, the no disqualification match, JD McDonough versus Danhausen. Again, I knew there'd be shenanigans in this match because, you got Dirty Dom out there with his boy, and I get it. And it's no DQ. There was blimps of crazy. I know Danhausen tried to curse JD right away, but JD ran like out of his eyesight.
Smart.
Like, whatever. It is what it is.
Smart.
So, go ahead. I know you got notes.
Not much, but I mean, basically, this one is your basic crowd pleaser gimmick type of match. There was some wrestling, thankfully, along the way, so I can appreciate that. McDonough at one point tries to go for, I believe it was a moonsault, beautiful moonsault, but he landed flat on his face for his trouble. So nice going, buddy. No surprise whatsoever on the Judgment Day interference throughout the match.
Nope.
at one point, what was it? Dominic took a jersey that was given to Danhausen by a basketball player or whatever the
Yep.
hell, right? And
Yeah.
started wiping his feet all over it. It's like,
You
what
know,
a dick.
and somebody who's a big sports fan and knows how volatile the New York fan base is, they're almost as bad as the Philly fans. And it's funny, we made the comment, look, he's wiping his heel with the jersey, and someone's like, oh, it's a heel rubbing his heel.
He's just trying to wipe off the cat poop. That's all it is.
Oh, he was in
Or
New
dog
York,
poop,
so it's
one or the
probably
other.
urine.
There you go.
He's
But,
probably
all
on
right.
Wall Street wiping off urine from a bomb that was just sitting there. But
Well,
again,
aside
go ahead.
from the Judgment Day interference, we apparently Danhausen has some backup of his own in 3, count them 3 mini housings, and then he ends up taking a cat in a cage and throwing it in that cloning machine. It comes out with, what was the guy's name? I don't know who he is.
Turk,
Very tall, drink of
7
water
feet
of a
tall.
basketball player.
This is
And you
not
can't
Big
teach that?
Cass. It's not Big Cass, and he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. Which is funny. We talk about that. They've been dropping little vignettes about the return to Big Cass on Raw the past couple weeks. So there are rumors that Big Cass and Enzo are coming back. There have been rumors.
Didn't Enzo get in trouble way back when? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Time heals all wounds, man. You know how it is.
For the
And
most part.
again, he was never, if I remember correctly, he was never fully charged. It was just an accusation that was false.
Yeah.
WWE's really quick to go, oh, you're fired. And like, what the fuck? I'm being falsely accused. Doesn't matter. You're fired. Bye. Nice knowing you.
Yeah. And then 5 years later, oh, my bad. We fucked up.
That happened.
Come on back.
That happened to, I forget his name. He was going to be in the New Day. His name was Odyssey Jones, but I don't think that's right. He got accused of assault, sexual assault. Boom, he was gone. Come to find out, it was all bullshit. He never got his job back. Which is bullshit.
Shit. No, that's not right.
You suspend somebody for something like that.
Exactly. You don't just outright fire them, especially if you don't have solid proof.
Yeah.
But whatever. What the hell do I know?
Turk goes in there, and this dude's 7 feet tall. He easily picks up JD McDonough and choke slams him. And then the part that I enjoyed the most is that he picked up Dirty Dom and put him through a fucking table. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. I'm
okay. We got the snap into a Slim Jim, so I'm okay with that. That's awesome.
And of course, Turk is a fucking New York Knick on the championship team, so he had to go out there and get his flag. Fuck the Knicks. Are you serious? Fuck the Knicks.
Don't hold back, bro. Tell us how you really feel.
No, I'm holding back because the Roman Reigns segment was pissing me off too.
It put me to sleep.
Yeah, it made me want to do things to myself, harmful things to myself. Yeah.
Well, let's not go there because then we won't be able to film the Flash Gordon thing for tomorrow.
It's true. We did get a promo on Peacock for Obsession being on Peacock. So
yeah, I caught that.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, I already know the Psycho Nerd's gonna watch it like 6 times in a row.
I've seen it 5 already.
I'm okay with the 1.
You pussy.
Moving on.
Just kidding.
Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. Lyra coming out in some darker gear and a new song, by the way.
Yeah, a little pepped up version of the original with the crowd is still getting behind, apparently.
And didn't take long. Bayley went for a forearm on Lyra and broke her fucking nose. She bled like nothing.
Man, there were pools of blood outside on the mat, dude. It was ugly.
When she came off the apron, I was like, who the fuck got busted open? Because you didn't clearly see it. And then they showed the instant replay, and she was going for a forearm across the face, but her elbow caught her right in the nose. And you saw Lyra immediately just grab her nose like, holy crap. And I don't know what it was, but it made her more violent. Like, I don't know if that was planned.
I don't know,
Maybe
man. It looked like it looked like it might have pissed her off just a little bit.
She looked upset. Like, she looked legit pissed. And
she really did.
Don't blame her, because if I got my nose broken in a match, there's a receipt coming. And I'm just saying.
Well, it was like the first minute, right?
Yeah, it happened quick.
2 minutes.
And you notice that the match kind of slowed down a lot because the ref was like, are you okay? Can you continue?
Yeah, he took
And
at one point put Bailey over in the corner, like, "Hey, give her
yeah,
a
and
second. Hold on
you
a
could
second."
tell Bailey was legit upset that she hurt her. She was definitely breaking character a little bit.
Mhm, mhm.
But yeah, she fucking broke her fucking nose, like, in
Oof.
the first minute and a half of the fucking match, like, and it didn't look intentional, but then again, it could have been part of the story. We do not know. We'll never know the answer to that unless they do an Unreal
Mhm.
about it, and even then, I didn't mean to do it." "Bet you did, and now you will pay in blood," whatever.
I don't know. For my money, it looked like she was trying to hit her, like, across the chest, and that's where I thought she hit her
Yeah,
that way.
that's where the elbow clocked her right in the nose, and Lyra
Yeah.
immediately reacted, so you knew it was bad, and she kept bleeding out the entire match.
Mhm.
When Bailey put her in that cross face and grabbed her nose, I was like, "Dude, that has got to hurt so bad right now." And then you
Mhm.
notice she picked her hand up over her eyes because I know she was like, "Dude, what are you doing? This hurts so bad." Yeah, it definitely
Oof.
slowed the flow of the match down a lot.
Yeah.
But once there was a couple of spots where it's like, slow it the fuck down. It was and the way it looked, I don't think it was supposed to happen just by the way it looked.
I
Just
really
by the
don't think
way that
so.
everything was the way they were both acting, because Bailey was breaking character big time.
Yeah,
Then again
and
but then again, Bailey's not doesn't hate Lyra. She's just more of like caught it, she genuinely cares for her, so maybe that's not really breaking character. It's just like genuine concern for her friend or not her friend anymore, whatever. But
it's
yeah,
possible.
yeah. And Lyra picks up the win. We called that one too.
Man, she made her pass out.
Yeah.
She
And
made her pass
then
out, whatever that hold was that she
yeah, it
did.
was like a chokehold or something, like a really fucked up crossface.
Uh,
And
and
not to be outdone, Lyra's walking away going, "Oh, fuck this." And she goes full heel, even dropping her on the steel steps.
yeah, she did that too.
I'm
So,
like,
but
yeah, they're gonna probably write Bailey off for a week or two, setting up something at SummerSlam.
maybe
Somebody mentioned on the live, "Oh, they could do a Hell in a Cell." I'm like, one of the guys was like, "No, the names are
we're
not
already
big
doing
enough."
that. We're already doing the Hell in the Cell.
Well, we're doing a Hell in a Cell, but at the same time, I don't think I agree. I don't think the names are big enough to do a Hell in a Cell. If it was like someone like Jade and Charlotte, okay, I could dig it. But the
Well,
fact that it was,
also, not enough buildup for those two. You know, what I mean, it's literally 2
yeah,
weeks away. It's like there's not
agreed.
enough time to build it up whatsoever.
Yeah,
But I just couldn't get the image of the blood out of my eyes. She basically
yeah,
got the Becky Lynch treatment, essentially. So,
yeah. But I think the difference is that Lyra got hit with an elbow, which was unintentional.
mhm.
Becky got hit with a fucking Nia Jax before the weight loss program right in the freaking nose. And to credit to both of them, they're both Irish. They're both tough as shit. They kept going.
Yeah.
Becky's bleeding everywhere, and she's like, and if you've read her book, she was concussed. She doesn't remember anything that happened. She
Wow.
totally was on autopilot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Say hello to my new little friend.
Ah, it's a cute little kitty.
Yeah, her name is Sky. She's only been here a few days. Our black cat Shadow ran away over a month ago. We don't know what happened to him. So Dad wanted another kitten in the house. We got two. This is one of them. She's like
Mhm.
a Siamese cat. She got some blue eyes. Some blue
Well,
eyes. Mm.
we're gonna move on to the main event of the show, and that is oh wow, where do I begin with this one? CM Punk and Cody versus Gunther and Sammy. Go ahead, take the lead on that one. I got nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what, they start fighting immediately. Thankfully, they didn't do that, 15-minute stare down that I complained about a week or two ago.
Yep, that's true.
At one point in the match, I was having fun with the fact that there was two different submission holds going on in the middle of the ring at the same time, which I thought was fun. And then Gunther broke up the other one that was going on right next to them. And you know what? I love it where all four of the guys, one after the other, are clocking each other with various power moves, and then they all get laid out at the same time. I always love that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. That's the kind of stuff that you get standing ovations for.
yeah.
But we get a ref bump thanks to Sammy,
And it was
allowing
Little
Punk.
Nate, by the way.
Yeah,
Little Nate's
yeah,
taking
it
a ref
was.
bomb like he always does.
And this pretty much allows Punk and Cody to do a quick little bit of double teaming on Gunther, but Cody accidentally clocks Punk, and we know we're going to hear about this stuff
Oh
later.
yeah.
I guarantee
Yep.
you that's going to cause some problems. And then Gunther ends up hitting Cody with the championship belt. But I got to tell you, I did not expect this. Nick Aldis, of all people, actually pulls out the ref before Gunther gets the 1, 2, 3. He costs him the match. Ends up hitting Gunther with the championship belt, throws the referee back in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Sammy and Gunther are not going to be in the main event at SummerSlam.
True.
What the fuck, Aldis? What the hell is your problem, dude? I know what's been going on. I'm not going to pretend like I don't know.
Okay,
but he's the general freaking manager. He's supposed to be impartial as much of a referee at this point. He had no business being in there doing that. And I guarantee this is going to be a hot water situation for him. I wouldn't be surprised.
This is setting up
story-wise
versus Nick Aldis.
That's exactly what's going on.
Somebody in the live mentioned that if they're going to go towards Nick versus Gunther, Mickie James needs to be involved in some way.
Isn't she still in TNA or no?
She's still in TNA, and they're still partnered with WWE as far as I know.
Well, so that could work.
They could pull a Baron Corbin back when Seth and Corbin were feuding. And Baron Corbin put Becky in the End of Days.
Okay, I got you.
The dude got freaking death threats from people because he put Becky in a move like that. If you wanted Gunther to get some heel heat, and people love Mickie James, they love her to death. Put her in a sleeper. Put her in a power bomb. I guarantee you, people will boo him out of the building, and it'll build so much heat for that match.
That's true. It would.
But at the end of the day, not WWE, because they know what they're doing half the time. TKO is like, we're going to do what we want because we're TKO. Like, fuck TKO.
And we do whatever the hell we want.
This is definitely setting up Gunther versus Nick Aldis. Sami Zayn can go the fuck away now. He's out of the picture. Bye-bye.
Oh, now, you better believe he's going to be complaining about this too, because he got screwed. Let's be fair.
He bitched and moaned that, it took me 10 years to get here, and CM Punk shows up one night and gets a match and gets, you should have beat him. You should have fucking won. It's that fucking simple. I'm just saying.
He didn't beat him, so.
And not only that, Sammy was trying to leave. Cody's hurt. Bye. No, that's not how that works. You still have a match. I'm like, it's going to be against Punk. Did you notice, though, Cody hands Punk the title?
Yeah.
And Punk puts the title on, and the strap clocked him right in the face. I'm like, was that planned? Because you saw Cody going, if you read it, he was like, son of a bitch. Like, he looked like he was pissed. He looked legit upset. Like, is this a shoot or is this a work? What are we doing here?
If it was planned, I got to say that's pretty good, because again, that's something that's going to be brought up.
Agreed.
On Monday. More than likely.
100%.
Or Sunday, whatever.
Monday.
Friday, whatever fucking day it is.
Oh, that's right. They're on SmackDown. Yeah, it'll be Friday. Yeah. Well, to be fair, they've moved SmackDown around quite a bit. It used to be on Tuesdays and on Thursdays and on Fridays. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Which is funny because they've never, ever, ever, in over 30 plus years, they've never changed Monday Night Raw. It's always been a Monday show.
Nope. Always.
How funny is that?
It may have been pre-recorded, but it was.
But it
it's
was
always
still
been on Monday
Monday
night. Yeah, so freaking WCW doing what they do. So, all right, now here we go with the Boar Fest, the segment with Roman Reigns, and full disclosure, this is my opinion, and this is my opinion alone. If you agree with me, great. If you don't, great. I am not here to judge you on what you think or whatever. And I will talk about that later. Because I have something I'm going to read from a buddy of mine in that wrestling TikTok group. Why the fuck did we do this? All this was two grown men sucking each other's dicks. That's all this was. Basically. This was, I have a title. I have a title. Well, let's switch. Oh, let me give you one of ours that's painted blue and puke orange. Okay, that's all. And then Seth Rollins comes out. I've never been happier to see Seth Rollins in my life, and it's well documented that I don't like Seth Rollins.
No,
well documented. But when I heard "Burn It Down," I'm like, oh, thank God. No,
I had a feeling he was going to make an appearance, but I agree. I was like, save me, Revolutionary, save me, please.
Because he is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins. And I was like, dude, fuck it. And it's heel. It's generating heat for SummerSlam. Totally get it. Could have done without the suck fest at the beginning. You know, I just think of
Right
the movie
after the
Clerks
Sam
2.
Frodo Suck Fest, right before the credits roll. Yeah.
He just breaks in his mouth. I'm like, dude, fuck. This didn't need to happen. It's because it was in New York. It was in Madison Square Garden. They just won the finals. I get that. They wouldn't have done it anywhere else. They wouldn't have done that in Houston. They wouldn't have done it in LA. They would not have done that in San Antonio if they'd won the title. But fucking New York. Oh, hey, we're from New York. We're Knicks fans. Hey, come on. Give us, fuck you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
no.
My initial take on this is that, they were in Madison Square Garden. That was a pleasing situation for anybody in the crowd and anybody from New York or anybody who's a Knicks fan, pretty much. And you know what? If you enjoyed the hell out of that segment, hey, to each their own. But for the rest of us, you put me to fucking sleep, dude.
I literally
for real. I literally crashed out for a couple minutes.
I wanted to throw up in my mouth. It was so fucking disgusting to watch. It just, no. I'm sorry. This just made a decent show shitty pretty quick.
It finished on a low note for me personally.
It really did. So. It really did. And as we talk about that, and again, we changed the rules last week. We're not doing letter grades, although I was giving a letter grade. It'd be pretty fucking low. So, being said, we're giving out championship belts. 1 out of 5 championship belts. The Josh Zodiac Podcast championship belts. Psycho Nerd, what are you going to rate this show?
Honestly, I have no desire to be generous at this point. I'm going to give it a 2. Honestly, 2. I mean, the Laura Valkyria versus Bailey was the more interesting match with the more interesting storyline going on. But the tag team match wasn't terrible either. That one did tell an interesting story, especially with Nick Aldis interfering. The Danhausen thing, it was funny, but there wasn't really much substance to it.
Yeah, it's true.
So it is what it is. And the whole Roman Reigns thing. What?
That's a fair fact. That is a fair fact that, it just, and you gave it a 2, and I agree. There's a lot that this stuff could have been on SmackDown. This could have made SmackDown watchable for some people. I just was not feeling it at all. And it's no fault to them. It's just,
well, we're 2 weeks before SummerSlam. Don't you think we don't need another live show like this, literally right before a PLE? Don't you think a 4-week period from the last PLE and then this one, again, going into our argument before about are they doing this too often? Don't you think a 4-week period would have been better instead of this? I don't know. I feel like it was unnecessary.
This could have been an episode of Main Event. Seriously. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy, but this was a boring show. That being said, I give it a 1. I have no desire to go back and watch this again. And not because of the fact that the Knicks and the Roman Reigns acknowledge me bullshit. No. If I have to go back, again, the Lyra Belly match told a story and I was okay with that. There's definitely some shit going on in the main event. I love Danhausen. He's fucking funny, but he's just kind of caught in the middle of all this. And this was not an entertaining show. I was literally on my computer more than I was watching it on my computer, obviously, but because I didn't want to turn my head watching the TV and I had the live on, but I was invested in doing other stuff, like fucking editing this podcast. Like, I'm not invested. I'm sorry. This show was fucking boring. And people were saying, oh, I have this show on mute, but I'm watching Collision with the sound up. And I'm like, sounds about right. I forgot Collision was on tonight. So
it's fucking funny.
So yeah, I give this show a 1. It was boring. These matches could have happened on fucking Raw or SmackDown or an episode of Main Event. If you're gonna have a show called Saturday Night's Main Event, there needs to be matches worthy of that title, and none of these matches had that. Not one of them. And this is where WWE is shooting themselves in the foot. AEW is becoming the better product right now. 100%.
I think they've been a better product for a while. We just weren't watching it.
We weren't watching it. That's 100% right. Now, with that being said, this will end our review of Saturday Night's Main Event, July 18th, 2026. I want to read something, and this goes, we just talked about comparing WWE to AEW. You have not heard this yet. I have not read this to you. I wanted your genuine reaction.
You brought it up earlier. So
this is from my buddy Johnny. Johnny is one of my wrestling buddies on TikTok. We get together. We not just wrestling, we do movies as well. What's up?
Johnny? Who the fuck is Johnny?
He'll actually appreciate that because he's a movie guy too, like we are. So he'll appreciate that. All right. I don't know. He posted this 13 hours ago. So it's got quite a bit of a following on it. I'm not even going to read the comments. I'm just going to read what he put. On the top it says pro wrestling fans, ! I'm going to say what a lot of people are thinking. I'm a professional wrestling fan, not a WWE fan, not an AEW fan, a professional wrestling fan. I'll watch any company that puts on a good product because I love wrestling, not the childish bullshit tribalism that has taken over this community. Some of you have turned being a wrestling fan into a full-time hate campaign. Every panel, every live, every comment section has to become WWE versus AEW. It's exhausting. Here's the truth. Nobody gives a fuck if you prefer one company over the other. Facts. But if that's your choice. Oh, no, wait. Watch what you like. Support who you want. That's your choice. But if every time you open your mouth, it's to bury another promotion, take shots at creators and fans, and act like your opinion is the only one that matters, don't sit there. Don't sit there confused when people stop wanting to share a panel with you. The problem isn't that you like WWE. The problem isn't that you like AEW. The problem is some of you have made regular negativity your entire personality. Then you turn around and call everyone else toxic while you're the one throwing shade. Oh man, throwing the first punch at every single time. Hypocrisy is unreal. Constructive criticism is part of being a fan. Blind loyalty and consistent hatred aren't. There's a difference. Grow up. This isn't a war. TKO, Triple H, Nick Khan isn't paying your bills. Tony Khan isn't sending you a paycheck. You're out here fighting battles for billion-dollar companies that don't even know you exist while destroying what should be a fun community. If you want to debate wrestling, then let's debate wrestling. If all you want to do is insult people, stir the pot, and farm drama, don't be surprised when people decide they don't want anything to do with you. Enough with the tribalism. Enough with the fake outrage. Enough with the constant bullshit. Just be a pro wrestling fan. Now, that being said, we talked about this earlier before we even hit record this afternoon. I was that person. I hated on AEW because I saw
you did.
I saw AEW as a BCW 2.0. All these washed up WWE guys going to another promotion, taking the big paychecks, working a less schedule, putting out a shitty product. And then I watched. And Edge and Christian can still fucking rock. John Moxley is a fucking beast of a man doing what he does. Cesaro is still going strong. I have to say, I was in that boat. Not anymore. I am a fan of both. Now, to be fair, and I'm sure the Psycho can say the same, we're probably something close to that. I have been a loyalist to the WWF since 1986. I have been there for 40 years. I have loved the brand. I've loved the promotion. I've loved the sport. But when I was 10 years old, I seeked out other promotions. I watched AWA on ESPN. I used to watch the independent stuff on the cable access channel from Dallas at the Sportatorium. I seeked these things out, and I watched them, and I learned. I learned, and I wanted more. Then I don't know what the fuck happened. Just one day, I picked a side, and at that time, it was WCW versus WWF. I picked WWF. There's nothing wrong with picking a side.
No, I mean, it goes back to the Monday Night War. I mean, for the longest time, a lot of wrestling fans, myself included, were doing this bit
Yep, they were.
for like a couple of years, going back and forth. Like, okay, let me see what's going on over here. Commercial, go over here. This is boring. Go back over here. Commercial, go back over here. Oh, okay, this is cool. And it was like that for a good while. But then after a while, sometime in about middle 1998, I just got sick and tired of the WCW product, and I started predominantly watching WWF. Does that sound familiar to you?
Mm-hmm.
Now? That sounds a little familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
It's funny how history repeats itself over the course of time, because now I am exactly that way towards WWE. Between this whole TKO thing, I'm fed up. But I will still continue to watch the PLEs. One, for you, for this podcast that we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Also because I have at least hope that one day things will get better. TKO will get the hell out of the kitchen and let the company handle their own business. Let the chefs, the hired chefs, the ones that are, that know what they're doing, let them handle the cooking and keep the rats out of the kitchen. Thank you very much.
Yeah, agreed.
So it's just like that.
And to Johnny is 100% right. And wrestling is not the only community that has that. In the nerddom that is Star Wars versus Star Trek, that is another unwarranted hate on both sides when Roddenberry and Lucas loved each other's product. As a matter of fact, they took influences from either one of them. So it's like, well, if the creators are okay with it, why the fuck are you the one hating? We live in a world now where everybody has a voice and not everybody should. Right or wrong, not everybody should be. It's an opinion, and we live in a world also where there's no consequences for said. You got your fucking keyboard commandos that hide behind them. They hide behind the keyboard. They hide behind the computer screen. I can say what I want, and there's no repercussions until somebody puts them in their place and they get butthurt. Oh, that would mean you shouldn't say that. Like, but you just said something worse than what I did. What's the fucking difference?
Not to mention the way things are with movies nowadays, where you have people, we've talked about this before with Superman and then with Supergirl, and then even with the Odyssey, the one I just saw a couple days or yesterday, whatever. People sitting there and just going online and blasting a movie before they've even had a chance to watch the damn thing. Like, how are you going to hate on something you have not experienced yet?
The Acolyte for Star Wars, the TV show Acolyte, and even Starfleet Academy, the Star Trek show. People weren't watching it, but they were shitting all over it. It wasn't a horrible show. It wasn't the best Star Trek show I'd seen, but it sure as fuck wasn't the worst. Sorry, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you which one is the worst, because I had to think about it for a while. But they all have their own merit, and everybody, your opinion of what you like is your opinion. It's not right. It's not wrong. If you love TNA, love TNA. If you love WWF or WWE, love WWE. If you love AEW, etc., love it, live it, do whatever. And that's the reason why this podcast took a different direction, because we were hardcore WWE. That's another reason why I had to let Charles go, because I knew he wasn't going to invest the time to do what I wanted to do. It wasn't just the whole, he's a complete douchebag and he kept saying things and talking shit the way he did, and just his overall general attitude. It's because I knew he would not invest in another promotion watching TNA pay-per-views or AEW or NXT or whatever. He was hardcore WWE. He is that fan. And I've never talked about this, but that was one of the big reasons why I let him go. Yeah, I got violations. And for those that do not know, the week after I let him go, he went on an hour-and-a-half rant on his show, on his podium, letting me know I'm living in his head rent fucking free, because he bitched and moaned about me letting him go for a podcast he wasn't even getting paid to do. Hell, I don't get paid to do it.
No, we're just doing it for the fun of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we could get monetized and get paid, or get some sponsorships,
I'm all about that. But at the same time, we're doing it for fun. And the way he acted and the things he said about myself, the Psycho Nerd, and we had Anthony on the show as well. He's never met before, never been on screen with before, talk shit about him. And I'm like, you know what? You're justifying my actions at this point because, and again, being on his show was fucking boring. Topics were shit. I'm sorry. I've never talked about this before and I swore I would never do it, but I need to get this off my chest. His show was fucking boring. I'm not even going to justify the name of it at this point because I don't want you going there and just trust me. It's fucking boring.
Honestly, dude, I told you before, I mean, no disrespect to him, but I tried to watch or listen to a couple of his podcasts and I just couldn't get into it.
And how do you think I felt sitting there for 2 hours? Sitting there for 2 hours like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? I was thankful there were times my internet went out and I'm like, oh, thank God I don't have to do his fucking show today. I was thankful for that because like I can do something else. I can rearrange my sock drawer, which is more entertaining than his fucking show. But I digress. We're not here to talk bad about Charles. We're here to talk about this show and the toxicity of the internet community when it comes to everything: wrestling, movies, sports, everything. The key to this is be your own person, like what you like. If people don't like it, that's fine. Fuck them. At the end of the day, fuck them. You like what you like, the hell with them.
Damn straight.
If you're a fan of Roman Reigns, you're a fan of Roman Reigns. If you're a fan of Seth Rollins, you're a fan of Seth Rollins. I may give you a little shit for it, but I'm not going to go to the toxic levels that other people do. I'm not going to do that.
No, because when you fuck with somebody, as long as it's in good fun, then it's okay. You know what I mean?
I think that's the difference. Not everybody takes that as what it is. Oh, you're just being a dick. I'm roasting you, bro. Calm down. It ain't that serious.
Yeah, really.
So,
it's more important things going on right now in the world. Come on now.
We went on a complete long tangent, but again, that's something that I've thought about for a while and somebody put into words for me. And that's pretty much what I was thinking the entire time. So that being said, this will conclude our review of this really shitty Saturday Night Main Event. Psycho Nerd, promote your shit.
All right. On my channel, there hasn't been a podcast in a while, but he's making a return here very soon. My friend Dennis is in town. We're probably going to record something here pretty quick. But on my YouTube channel, Repeat Movie Viewer, that's where you can find my past podcasting. Also have released a few videos over the past week. My review of Evil Dead Burn is currently up, along with my thoughts on the new Nightmare on Elm Street that was just announced a matter of days ago. And I put in my At a Theater reaction for the Odyssey. Feel free to check that out. And there is an Odyssey review currently in the works as we speak.
Nice.
Go check out the Odyssey, by the way.
Well, subs, where are you at right now?
Still sitting at 40, but right now I'm trying to get to 50. From 50, I'll want to get to 100. After that, 1,000 is the limit because that's where you have to be. That's where you have to be. I looked it up. You have to have 1,000 subscribers if you want to get monetized on top of about 8,000 viewing hours. So sky's the limit, guys. That's my goal. And I'm confident I will get there. It might take a while, but I know I will get there. As long as I get the support, I can totally get there.
You definitely are getting there quicker than most podcasts are. So, and the link to his show on YouTube will be down in the description below. As for here, DJ Zodiac podcast, new episodes every week. The next couple of weeks are going to be interesting because they're all live shows. This week was obviously Saturday Night's Main Event. Next weekend is going to be AEW's Redemption, and the weekend after that is SummerSlam 2 nights. And for SummerSlam, I will have my Wrestling Rewind co-host and partner in crime, Dara O'Connell, on the show. Cannot wait to have him back on. It was awesome having him on that one time. Cannot wait to have him back on again. I see this being a recurring trend down the road. If, again, they show it at like midnight over in Ireland. So I totally get it if he can't do it. Totally understandable.
It totally makes sense, yeah.
Something else I want to promote. I got another one of my buddies on the TikTok lives that we do. Her name, where did I put her? Her name is Minx Monroe. She does an interview show with TNA, AEW, and independent wrestlers. It's like a 6 to 20 minute interview show. She just asks them random silly questions, like the one dude that asks people what's their Waffle House order. It's along those lines. She just asks some silly questions about stuff, nerd culture, pop culture, stuff like that. But you can find the link to her show is down below in the description. Again, it's Shooting the Breeze with Minx Monroe. Give her some love from DJ Zodiac podcast. She's new to podcasting or interview shows. I think she's sitting at 20 subs, which is pretty quick for it only being a couple of weeks. Let's get her up there, guys. Give her some love. I'm actually going to watch one of her episodes. She dropped a new one recently, so I'm going to give that a watch probably after we finish watching Flash Gordon, which is the movie this week on the Real Movie Critics. We'll be watching Flash, Savior of the Universe. Awesome soundtrack, by the way. So yes, all of this will be happening this week. Next week, we don't have the movie yet. I will talk to the guys tomorrow, figure that out. I think I have it scheduled, but I'm not going to pull up the schedule right now. But again, you can find both DJ Zodiac podcast as well as the Real Movie Critics on our YouTube page, which is the Real Zodiac Productions, and they're individually placed on YouTube. I'm not YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And again, the Linktree link is down below. We are currently sitting at 80 subs on YouTube. Let's get that up to 100 before SummerSlam, guys. Just click like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell notification. New shit comes out every week, unless we have a holiday or something crazy happens. Don't foresee that happening anytime soon. But for the Psycho Nerd, I am DJ Zodiac, and that is the final bell for this episode. We broke down the matches, called out the surprises, or lack thereof, and probably cut a few promos of our own along the way. Whether you agree with our takes or think we just turned heel, let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share the podcast with your fellow members of the wrestling universe. Until next time, keep your shoulders off the mat, your finishers protected, and remember, kids, on this podcast, the conversation never taps out. We'll catch you on the next episode. Good night, everybody.
Lights go down, the tension's rising high.